Good evening, and welcome to this week's In Review. Tonight's stories include
Sand and Sea Festival begins in 10 days, recreational food fishery, museum murals, these stories plus community events, BBS Playbill, Off the Rack, and more coming up after this.
What happened to your passing? You gotta support the puck. Do I have to tell you this? And we're getting killed on the boards. Hello. This is your territory, Grimson. Do your job.
Grimson.
Hello? Hi, honey. What? Now? All right. The itsy bitsy spider climbed up the water spout. Down came the rain and washed the spider out. Out came the sun and dried up all the rain. And the itsy bitsy spider climbed up the spout again.
I love you, Daddy.
I love you too, sweetheart. Hey, it's my girl. No, my daughter.
Love. Pass it on. A message from the Foundation for a Better Life.
The annual Sand and Sea Festival will begin in just 10 days. Again this year, the opening ceremonies for the festival will take place at the park on Thursday, July 24th, including a cake cutting as well as a ribbon cutting at 1:30 p.m. Music will be provided by Roger Murphy until 4:30 p.m. During the evening, activities such as fun games, a poker rack, and a duck hunt for the kids will take place. At 5:00 p.m., the Lioness will hold a hot roast beef supper at the community center, and the Sand and Sea Committee will host a bingo at the park at 7 p.m. At 7:30 p.m., the kids can head to the first beach for an enjoyable wiener roast, and at 9:30 p.m., a sing-along will take place at the park stage. Friday, July 25th will be recognized as Virgil Day. Entertainment will be provided at the park by High Country all afternoon, and a duck hunt is scheduled for the kids at 2 p.m. A poker rack and a log sawing contest can also be enjoyed during the evening. At 5 p.m., a potluck supper will be hosted by the ICW at the Parish Hall. Later, at 9 p.m., the much looked forward to 60s dance will be held at the park with prizes to be awarded for the best dressed, limbo, spot dances, twist, and more. Music will be provided by A&A Disco. On Saturday, July 26th, Route 480 will keep us entertained in the afternoon. Canoe races, fun games for all ages, and a poker rack can be expected, as well as bingo at the rink at 7 p.m. An adult outdoor dance will be held at 10:30 p.m. at the hockey rink with music by Ocean Show Band. On Sunday, July 27th at 1 p.m., Charlie Mercer will be in attendance to entertain the kids with his teddy bear picnic. Children are asked to please bring their teddy bear for the picnic. Cupcakes and Kool-Aid will be distributed for the kids by the Sand and Sea Committee. ST&T will provide musical entertainment for the rest of the afternoon, and a poker rack will also be held. Closing ceremonies for the festival will take place at 4 p.m., which will include ticket and button draws. This year, however, there will be limited parking available at the park. Once the parking lots are filled, there will be absolutely no parking on the roadside for emergency purposes. However, South Coast Taxi, Brian Porter, will provide a shuttle bus service to and from the causeway to the park for a small fee of $1 per person. As well, on Friday, July 25th at 4:30 p.m., a bobber race from Griphead Brook can be looked forward to. This is the first bobber race in 4 years, and money prizes will be awarded to the winners. Bobbers can be purchased at Riffs, Pro Hardware, Spencer's Store, or from any Sand and Sea Committee member, so get your bobbers now to join in on the fun.
Fisheries and Oceans Canada announced on Monday, July the 7th, that a recreational groundfish fishery will open in August. The recreational fishery, or food fishery as we know it, will be open between Cape St. Mary's and Burgeo. Fishing will not be permitted in 23GH, 2J, 3KL, or 4RS, 3PN due to the closure of the cod fisheries in the Gulf of St. Lawrence and along the northeast coast. The spawning biomass in 3PS is showing some signs of recovery. Therefore, a limited recreational fishery for cod and other ground fish will be permitted. For conservation purposes, the number of cod a person is permitted to catch has been reduced to 15. The season for 3PS will extend from August the 1st to September the 15th, 2003. Recreational fishers will be issued 15 cod tags per license as in previous years. All cod harvested must be tagged. Other ground fish harvested do not have to be tagged. However, a daily bag limit of 10 groundfish per person remains in place. The recreational groundfish fishery in 3PS will open to all residents in Newfoundland and Labrador. Non-residents are also eligible to participate in the fishery. Licenses are limited to one per person, and they will be available beginning in July at Canada Post outlets as well as other selected locations around the province. The license is $10 plus tax. The return of the fishing log included with the license remains mandatory. It is important that the logs be returned in order to provide timely and accurate catch and effective data on the fishery. DFO resource managers and scientists use this data to evaluate the fish stocks and develop effective management and conservation strategies for this fishery. Fisheries officers will continue to enforce the regulations both at sea and dockside. DFO reminds the public that the fishery may close on short notice if conservation concerns arise, such as excessive amount of cod being landed or oil levels of non-complacent to the regulations. Recreational fishers are encouraged to exercise caution on the water and follow boating safety practices.
On Thursday of this week, we went to the museum to take a look at the murals. Progress on the murals is coming along very well. Since Dean Sims Anderson began the project, the weather has been less than favorable for this type of work. The town has been generous enough to give Dean another 40 hours to complete the murals. We visited the museum on Thursday to show you where the murals have come from. The mural on this end of the museum came from this picture. This picture is the mural on the right side of the museum door. The mural on this end of the museum is taken from this picture of the Moulton property. The mural that was started by the high school students last summer remains intact. Dean has added some texture and definition to the buildings. He also added the ice house, more hills, and the lodge has been removed up on the hill. Dean continues to receive favorable comments about the murals. Many of our older residents recognize the murals and are pleased about having a part of their past painted on the museum. Dean told us that they point out some of the finer details of the murals. For example, many have mentioned the bell on one of the buildings in this mural. We wish Dean fine weather as he completes the painting.
Stay tuned for more of This Week in Review coming up after this.
Feel the flame forever burn, teaching lessons we must learn to bring us closer to the power of the dream. Feel the flame forever burn, teaching lessons we must learn to bring us closer to the power of the dream.
The Community Center project has completed its 2-week extension. Friday, July the 11th, was the last day of a 2-week extension for the Community Center project. The extension allowed the 3 workers to finish up the project in fine form. As you can see, the smoke vents have been removed. The ceiling has been painted, and the decorative strips has been added to the pine to give it a nice finished look. The men's washroom is complete, as well as the stage area and this stand. The community center is looking very nice and fresh. The Burgeo Lions Club is asking everyone who rents the building for weddings, birthday parties, anniversaries, and other functions to please keep their decorations to the strips in the ceiling and along this wall. The community center belongs to all of us in the community. It is our responsibility to help keep it in good condition.
The bargain basement has moved into its new home. Upon a request from the United Church Projects Committee, the official board decided that once the United Hall renovations were complete, the bargain basement would move in. The bargain basement has been providing an excellent source of income for the United Church for 8 years. During these years, they have received overwhelming support from the community, not only with the donation of items, but also in buying items. Support has come from other churches outside our area. The United Church in Grand Falls and Montreal has donated items to this project. The bargain basement is open Monday to Saturday from 1 to 4 p.m. each day and is run by a dedicated group of volunteers. The United Church Hall was once home for the Sunday school children. In September, the Sunday school will be located in the basement of the manse. Plans are in place to improve the facilities to accommodate the 18 to 20 Sunday school children. Electric heat will be installed, ceiling tiles put up, and floor tiles will also be put down. We wish the bargain basement every success in their new location.
Stay with us for Off the Rack and the BBS Playbill, all after this.
Hey, mister. You drop this? Have a good day, sir.
Honesty. Pass it on.
Hey, wait a minute.
A message from the Foundation for a Better Life.
Off the Rack. This week as we scanned our tape rack, we came across a tape of Sand and Sea activities. Let's look back to July 1996.
On Friday of this week, Liz Hiscock with Seacrest called to tell us that they have received word that production can begin at the saltfish plant. Production is expected to begin on Tuesday of next week. We will bring you more in next week's broadcast.
And we'll be here again next week with This Week in Review. For This Week in Review, I'm Marie Rose.
And I'm Jennifer Han. Good night.
And God bless.